Good morning and welcome to our live crafting this morning, Wednesday the 8th of October 2024. My name's Jenny McCormac. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire, and that is here in the UK. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I received 2 brand new kits yesterday in my Stampin' Up delivery, both from our new kits range, which kicked off last week. And so we had a choice of Nutcracker tags and the Calm and Bright card making sets, a tag set and a card set. And I popped it out early this morning to say which would you prefer to see. So don't worry, you'll get to see the other one next week. But the overall choice was for the Calm and Bright Christmas card kit. It's currently on offer. That offer finishes today, so we had up to 30% of a discount on all of our kits range. Morning, Caroline. And this one, the Calm and Bright kit, is on sale, so it finishes tonight at £20 instead of £25. And then the Nutcracker tags kit is on sale at £12.60 instead of £14. I will just show you, although I haven't, I'm not going to open it up. But this is the Nutcracker tags, so it creates quite big tags. Let me see, if you're an inches person, they're 5 inches high, and there's lots of different layers to that, and it's got different sentiments in English, French, German and possibly Dutch. So there's 4 different designs, there's 3 of each, that makes 12 tags in total. They look rather fun, so I'll be featuring those next week. I appreciate you can't see all the detail of that, but the one that was the overall winner was Calm and Bright. Let me get this kit out. And it has a stamp set. It's obviously a Christmas card design. It's very subtle colours. Let me clear some space. Now I have got a light on. I'll see how we get on. I might dim it slightly. So the stamp set, we've got a Merry Christmas, we've got All is Calm and Bright, Sending Joy from Our House to Yours, and there's a little house, a little star, a tree, a star in a circle, and a couple of little tiny snowflakes. Appreciate you can't see that. Let's dive in and open up. So this is a complete card kit. So open this and see what we have. There is an ink block with it, which I think is this one, Lost Lagoon, because I found that on the floor this morning. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Okay, let's get this out, see what we have. I know this has been very popular from what I've seen other demonstrators say. So we have some dimensionals, we have some little self-adhesive pearls in pink and white, we've got glue dots, okay, so we have these little, got these panels here that are like little note cards. We've got some decorative panels here with little score lines around the edges, and we've got some larger decorative edge ones. That's another one of those. Okay, we've got envelopes, so this tells me how many cards we can make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 of 3, I'm guessing. And these are like pearlized envelopes. Like a pearl finish and almost a hammered edge as well. So that's those. And then we have some base cards. So there's 3 of those. 3 in portrait, in fact probably 6. Yeah, 6 in portrait that way, and 6 in landscape or top fold. And then these are the die cut pieces. So we've got trees, we've got flowers, and so we've got Lost Lagoon colouring here, pretty in pink. We've got some cute little houses here, some little banners, some pieces of fern, baubles, 3 lots of baubles, and then it's got some tissue paper here. So we've got lots of little flags, banners, tags, baubles. And then this is pearlized paper with trees and foliage. I appreciate you can't necessarily see all of that detail. Okay, so the stamp set looks like English, French and German. So when you order your kit, you can choose English, French or German. So this is the English set. So all is calm, all is bright. Not all is calm and bright, which is what I said. Merry Christmas. We've got some snowflakes, the stars, small snowflake rather, and then the house and the tree. And then we have our instructions. So let's give these a go. Looks like there's quite a lot of components for each card. So this is quite a what I would say quite a refined Christmas card kit. So less suitable for very young children, I would say, only because of the delicacy of the thank you, Caroline, of the little bits and pieces. So it's really difficult to see how this comes together, so I'm just going to make it from scratch and see how we go. I'll just do one of each. So the first one is take the block, the star and the little snowflakes, and from our house to yours. Now there is a Lost Lagoon. I'm just going to use my open one, but you could also use your own one. So if you wanted a deeper colour, you could choose Pretty Peacock or something, or you could go for the pink. So let's grab the stamp, and we've got the little snowflakes. I might just put it on a small block so you can see it a little bit better. And they've also got the little star, and from our home to yours. Just looking to see which star they've got. Just the plain star, this one here. That really is tiny. Okay, and then from our home to yours, but obviously you could swap those sentiments out if you wanted to. So let us find the right card. It is trying to find the right backing. So I've got a plain card that it's going to sit onto, and then it's got another piece behind it, or in front of it rather. Not that one. It'll be one of these. So it's got a design around the edge, so I reckon it's that one. And I have got the baker's twine, and obviously it comes with the block as well. There's the baker's twine. I can get it out. Okay, so let's start with, here's the panel, and we're going to add the snowflakes up here and down here. One up, one across. I don't think it's absolutely critical where they go, other than they're going to suggest that you wrap the baker's twine around the centre. So I would visually mark just in my mind where that goes and then put my snowflakes. What I don't want to do is wrap the baker's twine round it, because then you have an uneven surface to stamp onto. So I could do with my piece of card. So if you've followed me for a while, you'll know that I use the card to have a practice on. So they've got one sort of going up here, like so, and a couple over here. Now if I was doing this at home for myself, I'd be doing all of these panels together, so I'd get all of those out, stamp all of them up, and they're just going to add that little one as well. I should have put it a little bit more central, but hey ho. Oops. Like so. Like that. I appreciate there's not a great deal to see at this point. Let's add in the sentiment, and they also want us to use one of these. Now all of these little elements here are optional, so if you wanted to, you keep these for another project. What I would say is that there's always a spare. So there are 3 cards that use this, and you've got 4. So there's always a spare one, and you can always use the back to have a practice on. And the other thing I'm going to pick out is this one here. And again, there's a spare one of those as well. Okay. So on this one here, it has, let me find the stamp set. Now I did this last time, if you remember. Put the stamp set down and couldn't find it. And here she goes again, folks. Oh, I've got the stamp out, didn't I? Okay, let's grab a block. And I've got the wrong one anyway. This says all is calm and bright. Here it is. Right. So, note, Jenny, it's on the camera stand. Okay. So this says, from our house to yours. And again, I'm just going to use my piece of cardboard just to stamp it a few times. Like so. Happy with that. And pop it on here. I don't think there is a right or wrong side at all on here, and they have it that actually. I've got the wrong one. It's the one with a little banner end. Okay, this one here. I don't think it would have mattered really. Okay, so here we go. From our house to yours. And they put it centrally. No, they put it slightly to the right. There we go. If you can see that. From our house to yours. And then on this little piece here, they've added this one here, I think, the little star on it. Okay, right in the center of this one. There we go. That's that. Really is tiny, isn't it? Okay, and then we've got Merry Christmas on the larger banner. So here's the larger banners. And it's a nice Merry Christmas as well. So good morning to anyone who has joined us since the start. And obviously if you're watching on catch up or replay, a warm welcome to you too. Okay. I'm going to have a practice again on my sheet here, and that's just to get that stamp set working. Get rid of any surface, I was going to say surface glue, but that's not what I mean. Anything on the surface of that stops it inking up properly. So I've got Merry Christmas, like so. And then we have, oh, they did say put it a little bit higher, wasn't looking, but from our house to yours goes underneath that on here. So I haven't left myself much space, and there is a little set of holly, it says here. Right, not that one. Oh, I see, okay. So it's holly, and then the dots, the pink dots here. So that goes underneath there. Not sure there's a right or wrong way for it. This goes on top, and then these little pink dots are going to be the holly berries. Now that is the tiniest package ever. Goodness me. Okay, right, I'm going to put those up with my stamps so I don't lose them. Okay, dimensionals go on the back of here. Let's do that first. Right, ink pad out of the way, and they're mini ones, so that's handy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and one in the middle. Oop. Okay, got Merry Christmas, and then this is going to go over here. So I haven't left myself much space because I didn't look at it. So all I'm actually going to do is do another one. That's why we have spares. and I can use that Merry Christmas on something else. So what I should have noted was that Merry Christmas goes quite high on this piece here. Here it is. I appreciate you can't see that. So let's stamp that again. And then I'll have more space for my little piece there. So Merry Christmas, gonna go right at the top. There we are. That's better. And then this piece is going to go on here, and it comes out to one side. Now I think I'm just going to use glue rather than, you would use the glue dots normally, but I'm just going to use glue to save a little bit of time. So I'm just going to put this on the top of here, just a very fine line. But ideally you would use the glue dots, unless you wanted to use glue, of course. Okay, so I haven't put any glue on the very right hand side. This is going to go just here, like that. Oops. There we are. Then we're going to add our little bit of holly. I might have mine on top. They tucked it underneath, but I think I'm going to have mine on top. So I'm just going to put a small dimensional there. I'm not sure if there's a right or a wrong way for those pieces of holly. Oh, I do need to be underneath. Actually, I don't want it on glue dots. On I'm just deliberating whether I want it underneath or on top. I'm going to have it on top, but just with a little bit of glue rather than a dimensional, which is where I started. Okay, pop that on there. And then we're going to add the dots from here. I've just got a knife to hand. Oh. And they've got 3 little holly berries. One, 2, 3, like so. So there's that piece there. Merry Christmas from our house to yours. Appreciate you might not be able to see all of that detail. Let's move the ink pad out of the way. We're going to get the baker's twine and wrap that round this panel. If you can get the sellotape off. There we go. And they have it just tucked around the back. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, like that. There we go. And they've tied a knot, but if I could see some tape, I would just use some tape, just to save time. putting that across both pieces just to secure it. Okay, and then we've got this piece here. This seems a shame to cover it all up, doesn't it? Okay, so we've got this piece here, and then we've got a little house, trees, this cutest little house, like so. And then the right pieces, another piece of holly, and a little white, these white pieces here. These are the pearlized pieces, and there are 2 of these. So these are all laser cut. So you just need to be gentle pulling them out, but you don't get left with those tiny little sort of attached pieces. So this is why you wouldn't want to do this with very young children, because it's just quite a delicate set. So we've got 2 of these, like so. That, and another leaf added to those. So let's use a glue dot. It's probably easier than using a bit of wet glue. So put it on the back of there and attach the other one. Going to do that. Dunk. And then we're going to add the holly leaf between them. I think it will probably stick on that piece of glue dot. That's going to go under here, and then we've got this cute little tag and a little bit of twine, and it tells you how much you need to use, and there is also a little tape measure ruler on the edges of all of our instructions. So if you haven't got a ruler to hand, you can grab that and use that, or just do your own thing. Just going to feed that through. You could tie a bow in this if you wanted to. Just be careful not to pull it too tight against that little tag. I'm just going to feed that through, I think. Let's pull it gently, like so. And this is going to hang from there. So I'm going to put that in afterwards. So let's do the Merry Christmas first, and that's going to straddle this piece here. There we go. So two there. I've just looked at where they need to go and I can't see it now. There we go. Two there. So that's going to go on first. there's one at the bottom to support it. Just take those pieces off. Like so. Now it's fine that it's overlapping here because this is going to go onto the card. So next piece we're going to have is this one. I'm going to tack that underneath. I'm just going to use a bit of glue to save some time. You could also use dimensionals if you wanted to. I'm going to put that underneath there, add the little tag on top and the little house, and then finally this is all going to go onto the card. So this is not a quick fix Christmas card pack. This is one that you want to spend a little bit more time. We're going to have that here, like so, and then our little house is going to go in here, and I'll just you could put this on dimensionals. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue and just tuck that in just under there, like so, and that whole thing is going to go onto our base card. Even these cards have got some texture to them as well. That is so sweet. Okay. Now they've got dimensionals behind. I think you could do dimensionals, or you could do glue. It's whatever your preference would be. Let's put one above that and one below that. There we go. And that's going to go onto our base card. So if I was doing the whole kit in one go, I would do this all in stages. So I would wrap the baker's twine around each of them. I would do the stamping and then the putting together of these pieces. And this is going to go in, hopefully in the centre, give or take. There we go. That is so delicate. Merry Christmas from our house to yours. Hope you can see that okay. This is the problem with lots of white. It's very stylish, but it's very difficult to show on camera. Okay, let's do the baubles one next. So there's number one. I'm going to pop this up here so I don't lose it. So the next one is got another panel. Oh no, that's the card. Alright, this has got this panel. That makes life a bit easier. Has it got a right and a wrong side? Sort of. Okay, so this has got those little speckles and things and snowflakes dotted across this panel here. Keep my Merry Christmas ready for another time. I'm just going to see if they put it anywhere specific. Not really. Oops, lazy. And here. To be honest, I think you can put it right across, because there we go. So that's our backing. We want the little circular tag this time round. Which is this one here. And we need this one. Like so. And this has Sending Joy on this panel, sort of down at the bottom. And if I find these little baubles, we're going to stamp in the centre of these as well. There we go. And this uses the snowflake. And they have a little star as well. Let's take that one off. There it is. So the snowflake goes onto the centre of the two baubles. So one here. One here, like that. Lift that up so you can see. And then we have Sending Joy. This one. And this is going to go sort of at the bottom of this section. Now I've read the instructions. There we go. That's that one. And then finally on here we have the little circle piece with a star in the middle. Although I think all of these little ones are quite interchangeable, to be honest. And this is going to go in the middle of there. I'm going to stamp it on here because this is a little bit more solid. But I do know that I could use the back of this, or I could use one of the spare ones if it doesn't work out. Okay, there's that one, done that, that. So we put these on the back of here, so they're hanging down like so, and they recommend one of those at the top, and then this goes like so, and I guess you could have it positioned wherever you want. You know, if you want it shorter or longer. I'm going mid, in the middle. And if I could see my tape, I was just going to use that for speed. And I can't, so I'm going to use... Morning, Fran! I hope you're well. Put another one in the middle, just hold that in place, and then they've got one each on these. I don't know if you've got this kit, Fran. Calm and Bright, very pretty but very delicate. Right, this one has a little thing on the back of there. Right, here's our panel with our stamping on. Okay. So this piece is going to go on top of there, like that. So I can take the backings of these off. Just wondering what I've done with that. There it is, that little tag. And this is going to go onto another panel onto the card. There we go. So just looking for their positioning, sort of a little way down, like so. Then we're going to add the detail, which is 2 of these very fine pieces. 1, and 2. Oh, that's a great idea, Fran. So 2 of those, and then we want a light and a dark set of petals. So these are going to go together. So let's do that. Does it matter which one? I don't think it does. Okay, so I'm just going to put a dot of glue on there, like that. I've changed glue. Let's try this one. Oh, that's excellent, Fran. Absolutely excellent. Okay, so I've got a dot of glue there, but you could use a glue dot. This is going to go on the top. Could bring my camera down a little bit. Okay. And then 3 white berries in the centre. So these are self-adhesive. 1, 2, 3. And I guess if you wanted to make this a deeper colour, you could colour in some of those elements like I did the other day. Okay, and then we've got these 2, and let's get the right ones, the larger ones of these. 2. So this is sort of going to go like that. And that. Yes, they go different ways, Jenny. You want one going each way. And I bet that's the same. Yes, it's the same with these. No point. So one goes that way. One goes that way with the pearl side. Yes. Okay, and that means I need oh, there you go. You learn something every day, don't you? They're facing different directions on purpose because they're white on the back. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now I've got those going the right way around. Okay, so I think I'm going to assemble them on here, and I will use the glue dots just to so I don't get glue everywhere. So I'm going to put one here, one up here. Backing off. I don't normally use glue dots when I'm demonstrating because you can't see them in the same way as you can see me putting the glue on, but we'll go with it. Okay, so this one, I might put another one on, you know. One, two. Okay. Right, here we go. So I've got one here, one going in the other direction, like that. And then these ones on top, making sure I get the pearl side. This one here, and here. And obviously you could decorate this as you wish, so if you didn't want to do all of this detail, you don't have to. And then this is going to go on the top with a dimensional. Although I think they've used a glue dot. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue in there as well. Hello, Ellen. How lovely to have you join us. Okay. So there's that. Got a little bit close to the edge, but I think it'll be alright. Gosh, that is fine, isn't it? So, sending joy. And then we've also got that tiny little tag on there. Also with some thread. I might put mine down here actually. There's enough going on up there. Let's have a little bit of this thread. They've tied a bow, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to thread it through like I did the other one. Like so. Says come on, there we go. Okay, so I think I'm just going to have mine here like so. Right, so that is the topper part of it. Let's move my ink pad out of the way. And then this is going to go on to one of the cards that opens from the top here. And they also have wrapped some twine around the front. So what I'm going to do is two, three, like so. and you can either tie a knot or you could stick it down with tape if I've left enough. Just about. I'll do a knot. Literally just enough. Or not. Normally I do this and tie it first and then cut it off. And I also didn't measure it as suggested. So there we go. I've got one piece longer than the other. And big clumpy fingers today. Go on. We're in. Okay, hooray. Use that a little bit over. Can trim it off because this is going to be hidden anyway under our little panel. And that's going to go on with dimensionals. So that's card number 2 of 3 in the Calm and Bright kit. So as I say, this is on offer at the minute. Finishes today, so I will be ordering this evening if anybody wants to add a kit to their order. Or of course you could take advantage of the great deal that's on offer, which is to join the team and Stampin' Up. And for that, all you need to do is spend £35 and you'll get to choose £130 of product. I'm just spreading these out because I want those to show a little bit more. So effectively, for the price of 2 of these kits, less than the price of 2 of those kits, you can get £130 of product. Okay, there's card number 2. So there's the first one. Hoping you can see that all right. There's the second one. And then let's do the final one, which is another landscape card. And it's the piece with the border. I can find it. There it is. That one. And we've got dots over the background and lots of trees. Let's get the right way around for that. So let's grab the dots, and they've just got them sort of going over the backing. These are really useful. There's a little star in there as well, so perfect for other backgrounds, like so. And then this says all is calm, all is bright, stamped on this one, the plain one, not the banner one. And it uses a circle, one of those. Let's grab that from our house to yours. All is calm, all is bright. Just need to find my block. Oops-a-daisy. And also you can use the Merry Christmas on the inside of all of those cards if you wish. So let's just have a little play on here. That looks good. And do they have it slightly to the left? I've learnt my lesson now to look and see where it should go. And we've got a snowflake in the middle of here. Just this one here. There's that one. There's that cute little snowflake that we used on the baubles earlier. Right, that has got dimensional on the back. There we go. And then we've got some trees. So let's find the tree sheet. Goodness me. So one large tree here. Two pale pink trees. No, one pale pink tree, one deeper pink tree, one of those, and one of those. Okay, I should have got two each of those, yes, for the other card. So this kit makes 9 cards, 3 of each of the designs. Okay, so big tree in the center, and they show you where to put the dimensionals so they can overlap. So this has 1, 2 and 3, and I'm going to position this one first because this is going to go in the middle, slightly high. There we go. And we've also got two of these. Have we? These taller ones, I think. Okay, lots of trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to put this one next to it. Oh, well, there's the pearlized side. So make sure I'm putting the other bits on the right side. That's going to go flat, that one. Behind here, like so. Then I don't think it really matters which ones go where. Some of them are slightly bigger than others, that's the only thing. I don't think it's really critical. But you do need to take the backings off. 1, 2, little one behind, put a bit of glue on, save time. So I hope you can see those. 3 on the right, then we're going to have 3 on the left. Got our pearlized one that's going to go in flat. The pearlized one's a little bit thinner because it's more like paper than card, and that's why they will be flat, not on dimensionals. I'm hoping you can still see that. Sorry it's gone on a little bit longer than I intended. That's what happens when you get it out of the box without any preconceived ideas as to how long it's going to take and what you need. Okay, I'll just tuck this in here, and this went behind, like so, and then a little green one here. And then finally we've got our sentiment and the cute little deer on the right hand side. So let's lay that one in there. So there's my little trees. Very cute. All is calm, all is bright. It's going to go there somewhere, and then I need to find the cute little deer just here. Put it on there so you can see. And they also have the fine white pieces. What's it look like? That one. There we go. So one way, one the other. No, that's the same way. Okay, got it. There we are. So let's position this. So what I'm going to do for this, as they suggested, is dimensionals either side to support it, and then the other is going to be supported by the trees. So I am actually going to put a glue dot, but I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Not quite sure where it's going to sit just yet. Okay, and this whole panel is going to go onto another card. There we go. Could have it further down if you wanted to. I would quite like it straight though. Our little deer is going to go on there. That is the tiniest little deer. Adorable. Like so. I think you better be straight too. And then we've got our little tag which they put here. With our bits. Just feels a bit busy to me over there, so I'm going to put mine on the left hand side. It's got a dimensional on it behind there. Just going to put mine there. Hopefully that's going to fit on my card. And we're done. Hello Caroline, you went and come back again. Okay. That's going to go on there. What do they say? Dimensionals. Okay. Done. So this is definitely not a quick set of cards, only because of the intricate detail. You could omit some of the detail if you wanted to, like the little tags, for example. You could leave those out if you wanted, but they are rather cute and a really nice set. So I say normally £25 this kit, and you will end up obviously with the stamp set that you can use. It's got the little dots, it's got the snowflake, it's got Merry Christmas and 2 other sentiments, plus the ink pad. So I'm going to put this slightly high of centre so that my little things don't go over the edge of the card. There we go. That's so sweet. Oh, a big blue bottle. Okay, there we have it. So it's Calm and Bright, £20 on offer. That finishes today, the 8th of October. Ah, Caroline lost connection. Probably because I went on too long, Caroline. So let me show you the 3 finished cards. So it makes 9 altogether. Make a lovely set to give to someone. So we've got this one here with a little house. I'm hoping you can see that in the light because it's very, very subtle. There's this one here with the baubles. I don't know which one I like the best, really. Maybe this one with the deer and the trees. So there we go, 3, and you can make 3 each of those cards in the kit. A lot of dimensional backings to get rid of, and they're the little ones as well. But as I say, you will end up with the stamp set, the block, the twine, and any other bits and pieces that you haven't used. So as I say, the sentiments always have a spare one. So there we go. So next week I will be featuring the Nutcracker tags, as that was second out of the choice of 2 today. I'll be back tomorrow evening, Thursday, at 7 PM UK time for our continuation of our stamp set of the week. In the meantime, I hope you have a great day ahead, morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you are and when you're watching, and whether you're watching on replay or obviously live. Thank you so much, everyone. Do take care. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day. Bye for now.